Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, market steppers. Welcome back to this. Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot. As usual, we've got a lot to cover today. We usually cover Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks on the first half of the live stream. And on the second half of the live stream, we will cover your chart requests. So make sure to put on the ticker symbol, the name of the asset, the type. Is it crypto? Is it stock? Put in all the details because if I don't recognize it and I can't search for it quickly, then may not chart I may not chart your request. So with that, if you're new to the live stream, awesome. Welcome. If you're returning to the live stream, even better. Good to see you back on here. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only, but hopefully we have a little bit of fun along the way, whether that's making fun of me or not. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Market Sniper in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Mighty Kirk, Market Sniper in the house. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? So that's where we're at. Bear market. Bitcoin opportunity zone. Bitcoin buy the right dip. The bottom is in yesterday. The bottom is in last week. The bottom was in October. The bottom was in November. The bottom was in. The bottom is in. The bottom is in, crew. Love to call the bottoms all the way down. Here we are looking at a weekly chart. And the weekly chart shows the weekly trending dots at 87,000. Shows the weekly trending dots are red. It's in a downtrend. It shows on the momentum indicators that the higher time frames are bearish, that we are in a bear market. And what history shows on the charts is that the bearish momentum on higher time frames take time for the momentum to get turned around. It takes time. Good morning, Jason. Welcome back. Woo, woo, woo. So we are in a bear market. We put this similar looking chart out. We have the other chart, but the similar looking chart with a similar idea, the similar targets, all that stuff. This is just a different look of it, just to give us a different perspective. And we posted that chart October 10th. We didn't just start posting this yesterday or February or January. We posted this on October 10th. And here we are. Here we are. October 10th. The trending dots were still green, still green, still green. Flipped red in November and started coming back down. So this was anticipated. This was mapped out ahead of time. This wasn't the hindsight because we are the foresight crew, the foresight. And hopefully the market bosses will give us bullish divergence at the bottom, just like they did in 2022, just like they gave us bearish divergence at the top of 2025, just like they gave us bearish divergence November 2021, and so on and so on and so on. So we appreciate the market bosses for giving us bearish and bullish divergence and continue to give us a heads up before the market reverses. But even if it doesn't give us bullish or bearish divergence, we would still know that it's going to take time for the momentum to get turned around, right? So this is the weekly chart. Bitcoin bear market opportunity zone, buy the right dip. We don't expect the price to play out exactly. We don't expect price. We expect price to play out, or not expect. We mapped it out that it would probably play out similarly. That's what we were seeing, but we don't expect it to play out exactly, right? And kind of zooming out, this would be an amazing opportunity again. If it plays out similar to 2022 again, that would be amazing. We've already played it once successfully at 16,800 on January 4th, 2023. That would be similar to buying the dip at $45,000 or slightly lower and riding it all the way back up to 140, or riding it all the way back up to 123, 126 and beyond, right? That would be an amazing swing trade. Just like it was at 16,800. So, we'll see how it plays out. There is one caveat, one however, this could be different, and we've talked about it on every single live stream. So we're going to keep talking about it because it helps keep us stay neutral. Like if we only thought this was going to happen, we might be too bullish down here, right? Oh, we're for sure going back up. Oh, we're for sure. But to keep us neutral and be ready for the breakout to the upside, we have this upside. But then we have the one, however, the one possibility that still lurks, still lingers in the back of our minds that this time could be different, is that if Bitcoin experiences a .com like bubble crash or a 2008 like market crash, if Bitcoin does experience that, then we would probably be seeing prices going lower and being more of a sustained, longer bear market. So that's kind of keeps us neutral, because towards the bottom, when many are going to be bearish, we'll be looking for that breakout to the upside. That's when we're going to be looking for the breakout to the upside. When everybody wants to short it over here, and you'll see it in the comments, short, I'll be less confident to short it, right? I'll be less confident. I'll be more confident to buy the right dip. You'll hear me start to change my thoughts. Like people will be, I want to short it. Yeah, okay. Towards the end here, you could probably still capture 20% or 15 to 20% short positions. Maybe here, maybe here. Maybe there's one more 30 to 40% short bounce opportunity. Maybe there's a 20% short bounce opportunity. Maybe there's a 20% short bounce opportunity, right? But over here, I'll be less confident. Over here, I'll be less confident to short it, because we're getting towards whale alert. I got this downloaded on my desktop. 90 million minted at the USD Treasury, and then click on it. Woo, whale alert. Just having fun. What else? Whale alert. So yes, there could be one more massive, nice 30 to 40% drop, whatever it is. And then there could be a bounce. Then there could be another 20% short opportunity, and then another 20% short. But on these 20% short opportunities and below the 200-week SMA, mic check, good. All right. I'll become less and less confident to short Bitcoin or altcoins or whatever the case may be, because I'm going to be looking for that bullish divergence. I'm going to be looking for the ship to get turned around. I'm going to look for the momentum to switch to the upside, because many people in my comments will be talking about shorting Bitcoin, right? So many people were positive we were going up to $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025. So many talking heads were calling for $250,000 Bitcoin by end of 2025. So many were calling for 500,000 with super cycle nonsense, right? again, they called for a super cycle in 2021. They called for a super cycle in 2025. What if from Bitcoin being less than $1 all the way up to 126,000 was the super cycle? Yeah. Yeah. AKG 9,000. That's good though, right? We need shorts. Yeah. I mean, it's just part of the game. It's part of the game where you've got longs up here and we're getting ready to look for downside, and we're mapping out this entire scenario up here, and people are getting trapped long. Down here, the shorts, everyone missed the shorts. Not everyone. Many missed the shorts, and many will want to start shorting over here because either they're upside down on their current long position and they became forced hodlers, or they're seeing everybody's shorts that they're making money, or people are showing their fake short realized profits, or their realized profits finally after they've lost money, right? And then they're finally showing it, and so people are fear of missing out, and they want to short it, and we're nearing a bottom, right? So this is where we're at right now. You can see that even on the fractal, it bounced in a similar area. So this week could close lower because I posted it early in the week on Monday, and the bounce is only right here, and it looks similar. So we'll see where it closes. It could close lower and then reverse down, right? So it's possible it plays out very, very, very similar. Not exactly, but very similar. So we'll see. See how the week closes on Bitcoin. But that could have been the bounce. We got more to cover. We'll cover the daily chart still, but I wanted to go over this chart. We hadn't really gone over this chart. We've gone over the similar chart, which we'll look at it as well. But the Bitcoin opportunity zone, historically, uh, Bitcoin has been a good time to buy or DCA below the 200-week SMA. But here's why I'm not doing it, right? Here's why I'm not dollar cost averaging. I'll be looking to buy the right dip. If we're spotting bullish divergence and we came back down to this area, and the trending dots are down here as well, and the momentum is finally starting to shift back to the upside, that's when I'll be buying the right dip. Because what if the dip keeps dipping because the overall market is in a prolonged 2008 like crash or a dot-com bubble / AI crash, right? We don't know. We don't know. We don't have a magic crystal ball. I wish we did, but we don't. So we just try to stack probabilities in our favor. So I won't be dollar cost averaging. I will be waiting to buy the right dip, because what if that dip is lower, right? And we talked about that. What if this same scenario is more like this, right? Well, I'd rather buy the right dip down here than buy the wrong dip all the way down. I still want to buy the right dip. If that right dip is all the way down here, I still want to buy the right dip. If the right dip is up here, then we'll buy the right dip up there, right? I don't care where the right dip is. I mean, I do care. The lower, the better. But uh, the most important thing is that buying the right dip, staying on the right side of the momentum, the trade, right? So that's where we're at. This is still my main thesis, that we're coming down to retest the 200-week SMA before we make a new all-time high. And I've been saying that since October 10th. And here we are. Price got within a couple of percent, and it may take a while to get back up to $110,000. This would be like almost 2028. And I said that at $110,000. I said, it may be a long time before you can sell your Bitcoin at $110,000 again. What if Michael Saylor keeps buying more than folks can sell, like he says? Then where's the right dip? I don't really get what you're saying. Michael Saylor is noise to me. Michael Saylor buying is noise. It's narratives. It's news. At Michael Saylor buying the wrong dip all the way down has zero impact on when I buy. Zero impact. Doesn't even cross my mind when I go to buy the right dip. At 16,800, everyone was bearish. Not everyone. Many, most were bearish at 16,800. I do not care whatsoever when Michael Saylor buys the wrong dip. I could care less. But I mean, I follow it. I follow it. I see when he's buying the wrong dip. But uh now he's underwater. I think the average dip buying is at 74,000. So you you know, if he's been buying the dip for 5 or 6 years, and I think his position, don't quote me on this, but I think his positions at his average buy is 74,000. So for 6 years you've been buying the dip and it's at 74,000, your cost is under, yeah, he's underwater. So why do I care? If I sold at $61,000 in November 2021, I sold at 61,000. I had a beautiful swing trade at 32,300 July 2021 with 10x leverage. I closed position at like 48,000. I bought the dip at 44,000 with 10x leverage and rode it to 61,000. Yes, I gave back like $70,000 when price hit 65,000, but I still had like a six-figure trade. I mean, it still didn't feel great. I thought I was late to the party of closing my position, but I closed at 61,000. I was buying the right, well, 2022 I was shorting Ethereum, two massive shorts on Ethereum. And then I was buying the dip at 16,800 2022. I don't care what Michael Saylor does. I pay attention. I'm aware of what he does, but it has zero impact of what I do on my own swing trades. Zero impact. He's been buying the dip for 5 or 6 years, and his average cost is 74, $75,000, whatever it is. Price is at $71,000. He literally is losing ground on inflation. Imagine if he was swing trading Nvidia during that time or something else, right? Or swing trading Bitcoin at that time. He would own like all the Bitcoin, but he doesn't. So, yep. So with that, still have a lot to cover. We're still going to cover the other weekly chart, the daily chart, 2-week chart, 3-week chart, monthly chart. But before we do that, taking a quick 10 minutes. I've never taken $1 of affiliate money, so we're going to just cover. You can find us over here at Market Sniper Pro, the website, or Jesse Olson also has the website over there. And then, of course, you can click on the website. You can learn more about the features. We have our own charting system, and that has we recreated our sniper indicators over here that we had originally created on TradingView, and we still use TradingView as a bridge for some things that we don't have yet. It's the worst that the charting system will ever be. It's the worst that our dashboard will ever be. It's the worst that, hopefully, the worst that my setups have ever been. It's a bear market, and most people do like long trades. So I'm just waiting for a long setup. I haven't posted a long setup in a little bit. Just waiting for the overall markets to kind of flip back around. The blue indicator is just the 200-week SMA. It's free, but we have it on our own charting system too, or you can find it on TradingView. On our own charting system, I have it on. Let's see, refresh. Let's go to Bitcoin. I have it on. Let's see, daily chart. The 200-week SMA is down here at 58,567 on our own charting system. So we have the sniper indicators all built in on both TradingView and our charting system. And then I have the reversal labels on there. I don't have the buy and sell labels on here because the chart gets messy, and trying not to be messy Jesse over here. But once it flips red, that's where the sell signal would be. So there's no you just know where the buy and sells are because the candles flip red, red or green. So I don't need those on. Orange candles are overbought. Reversal candle, sell signal. We expect fake outs and bounces along the way, right? And so here we are on the Bitcoin daily chart, and then of course some of my favorites. You've got the automatic gap detection. You've got the indicators. We have them filtered out by just sniper alone. You can put them all on there. You do trend based, gap detection, which I love. Auto trend lines. These are automatically drawn trend lines. So I haven't drawn these. I love that too. And it has the auto trend lines not only in that, but also on our sniper RSI. So auto drawn trend lines on sniper RSI as well. So but the gap detection's awesome. I love seeing the gap detection. You've got that over here on kind of zoom out here. On the TQQQQQQQQQ over here, you got a gap above, gaps below, SMA, whale alert, boom, bada bing, bada boom. So all of that, right? And then one of my favorite things is the actual screener. So this screener is not just a screener like TradingView or XYZ screener out there. This is all through like the filters of Market Sniper. So you got divergence, bullish or bearish on the daily chart, whatever you're looking at. Bearish divergence. It's almost like a pre-drawn rising wedge. You can put it on chart patterns too, see if it happened. Yeah. So you got a rising wedge on this one. Woo-wee, that would be crazy. So, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that my thoughts on chart patterns. So I don't use them as trading by itself, but sometimes could help with like the overall direction. Probably happens about 50% of the time. So if you've got other reasons why it's breaking out buy signal, and then it's about 30 to 35% of the time, in my own opinion, that targets actually get hit, right? And you can see this broke out to the upside, and this target has not been hit, and now it's saying there's a rising wedge with bearish divergence. So keeping all of that in mind on chart patterns. This one looks like it's getting confused on the chart patterns. So, that's why I don't use them by myself. And I talk about that a lot in let's do the weekly chart. I talked about that a lot on the 70 plus hours of recorded coaching. So you can find that over here on 70 plus hours. I recorded live coaching for 70 plus hours, and I went all out. So we have our own online community. We're still using Discord as a bridge, but we have our own online community, and so Discord and TradingView we're still using as a bridge, but in the future, at some point, we won't need TradingView or the Discord. So we'll just continue to build out our own in-house Market Sniper portal tools and stuff like that. But the screener, you can see, like, if you switch to the weekly chart, you got bearish divergence, This one's really extended away from the 200-week SMA, which is down here at 270 LPTH. You can see, so this is picking up bearish divergence. So if we put on a RSI, you can see bearish divergence. So the screener picks it up. Then you can see it on the chart. It's really extended away from that 200-week moving average all the way to the top, 792%. Could it go higher? Sure. But there's gaps below. There's bearish divergence. Price was overbought. Reversal candles at the top. So even if you're in a long position, when was a good time to take profits? Was it selling into FOMO, the orange candles? Was it the reversal candles at the top? Was it the lower high? Was it the sell signals on the weekly chart or the pending sell signal on the weekly chart, right? When would be a good time to lock in profits? Or if you're, this is the daily chart, or if not the weekly chart, but so it's got to be bearish divergence on the weekly chart as well. So it's picking up bearish divergence on the weekly chart as we found in the screener. There's also bearish divergence on the daily chart that got picked up on the indicator. So a lot of reasons why the top could be in for LPTH, and it's breaking down on the daily chart as we speak. So just an example of one way to use the screener, but also you can look for breakouts. And one of the filters that is really that was really good for finding it is the consolidation one. So I did a video on it, and I'll probably do an updated video on it. But by doing the consolidation, really helped find breakouts to the upside and downside where price consolidated for a certain period of time. Might sound a little cheeky. I have a lot of changes I want to do on the indicator. Would I be able to get the script? I think the indicator is amazing. No. You want me to hand you the code? No. That's amazing. Uh, a little cheeky. Yeah. Yeah, you want me to yeah, you want the code to all this? We have 250,000 lines of code for our charting system. You want the code for that too? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. No. I mean, there's settings within the indicator that you can change. But yeah, no. No, we're not sending you the code, buddy. Sorry. Sorry, Charlie. No, we're not sending you the code. 250,000 lines of code and counting on our charting system alone. You probably want me to send you the code for that too. Yeah, sure. Oh, that's hilarious. But back to it. Oh, we're under $71,000. So let's jump into it. Daily chart. I mean, not really. Not really even worth the ask, honestly. That's not even a long shot. That's not happening ever. It's not even worth asking. That's a joke to me. Asking for the script is like asking for yeah, or more, right? Yeah. It's not even worth asking. That was a silly ask. So, yeah, with that, I mean, if you think I was just gonna like hand you our code, you know, I don't. I'm not even gonna go there. So that's whatever. I laughed it off, but there we go. So Bitcoin. All right, let's switch over to the candles. Build your own stuff. Build your own stuff. We put in a lot of time and energy into all this. So years of building this out. We built the indicators based off of my strategy, right? So we didn't build a strategy off of the indicators. We built the indicators off of my strategy. So if you go back, I've had pretty much the same strategy for more than 6 years, with little wrinkles added here and there, right, over time. But it's been obsessing over charts for over 6 years. I've been looking at charts for probably 10 years before that, but obsessing over it and going deep on charts for over 6 years. So yeah, let me just hand it all over. Yeah, okay. I mean, I do 70 plus hours of recorded coaching. You can figure out a lot. You can figure out a lot. But by the time you figure it out and reverse engineer everything, we've already moved past it. We're already we're always going to be one step ahead, but people always want to try to reverse engineer and take what you have, right? All your hard-earned work over the years, and they try to take it, but in the end, the market snipers will always be one step ahead. In the end, we'll continue to be like what you're trying to do to recreate now. And there's a lot of copycats out there already. Large large accounts have been trying to copy me for a while. Um, so there's a lot of copycats out there that have large followings and have tried to recreate what I've been posting about. And they're always going to be s- one, maybe 10 steps behind, because where I'm at now is far beyond what I have on the website. Far beyond. We're so farther beyond what we're offering for $49 right now, but a lot of it's in beta testing. I could roll out AI right now, uh, but I don't want to roll it out too soon. I'm beta testing a new trading bot that would blow away anything that I've seen out in the markets. But if I roll it out too soon and there's issues, I've already made that mistake before. But I'm already beta testing a trading bot. So like a new one that hasn't been released, whole different algorithm, whole different setup. So I'm always going to be one step ahead. And the market snipers will I'll always be 2 steps ahead. Let's put it that way. The market snipers who are in-house will always be 1 step ahead, and I will always be 2 steps ahead. And so, the market snipers who get in early will always have first crack at it over the rest of the public, and then, of course, release it to everybody after that. So that's always like a thank you to the market snappers. So, but let's keep going. I didn't mean to get too sidetracked. I want to stick to the charts normally, but this is the daily chart over here, and a lot of similarities, right? There's a lot of similarities, and we expect bounces in the bear market. We expect relief rallies in the bear market, and we hit the exact same. I mean, you could kind of say that like the trading bot I'm working on right now is like 5 steps ahead, honestly. But I don't want to oversell it because I don't even have it released to the market snappers. And if I ever do release the one that I'm working on based off of optimized results, it wouldn't be $49 a month. No way. It would be a premium bot, and I don't even know if I would even we're a couple months away from me even thinking about it. So, but it's already live. I already have it live testing. So, went through weeks and months of testing, building, optimizing, fixing bugs, blah blah blah. So, Uh, so you get back on the train of thought. Price drops, was getting oversold, consolidates, comes back up, hits the exact same two market sniper retracement targets as it did in 2022. Broke down, oversold, consolidating, bullish divergence, higher low, breakout or fake out, however you want to call it, buy signal. And we talked about this before the breakout. Could break out, take out this wick over here at 73,000. We talked about this on the live stream. Take out this area over here. It did. It took that out. Is that it? We don't know. There could be one more last push up, right? I can see there could be one more push up. Similar to over here. You had the breakout, comes back down the train dots, one last push up. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible that was the top and it puts in a lower high, but it's also possible that it plays out similar. Either way, it goes back to the same spot. So it's possible it does this, and it's possible it does that was that was it, and then it puts in the lower high, right? So here, let me map out two paths, right? So you got the yellow one where it pumps up, comes down, and then just breaks down. Or it comes back down to the trailing dots, similar to over here, and then pumps back up. And then, but the path is the same. Retracement, bounce, relief rally, whatever you want to call it, and then further downside. So however the price action plays out, we're expecting bounces to get sold off. We're expecting bounces to get sold off because the higher time frames are bearish, right? The higher time frames are bearish. And how would we know? Well, start breaking this trend line, right? Start breaking this dotted trend line. Get back below the trailing dots. Get back below the trailing dots. Get that sell signal. Get that sell signal. That's how we would know. So that's where we're at right now on Bitcoin daily chart. Let's cover the weekly chart. What else? What else? What else? Can you put in all the details? Yeah, I will do it, but just make sure you let me know, crypto, stocks, and the ticker symbol, what exchange you're looking at, all that stuff that would help out. I appreciate it. Thank you. So we can keep the live streaming over here, and we'll circle back to it in the second half. Loaded question. Any advice on someone that wants to position for next? Yeah, I don't offer any financial advice whatsoever. I just show you the charts, but I don't offer any financial advice. It's a loaded question, and I don't give it. Sorry. And don't copy trade me whatsoever. Do not copy trade me, right? If you're unsure, spend more time, especially in a bear market, learning how to navigate the markets and look for how to buy the right dip yourself, right? It's you potentially have 6 months to learn to buy the right dip. If it were to play out similar to October 2026 would be around that time. If you got serious about 70 plus hours of recorded coaching and really tried to learn it, you could probably really learn it if you obsessed over it for 2 to 3 months, going through all the videos, right? If you obsessed over those videos for 2 to 3 months, you would see what I see. Most likely. Not everybody, but most likely. So, you just have to invest time. And it used to be $79 for the recorded coaching. Now it's $49 and you get everything. So, if you can't invest $49 and time, should you be investing real money into the markets? That's a question you need to ask. So you're asking the wrong question. You're asking for advice. That's the advice that I can give you is learn to do it yourself. It's the old saying, give a man a fish or teach a man how to fish, right? I prefer to teach how to fish. But if I get the trading bot the new one dialed in, maybe just give a fish and charge more. So there we go. There we go. There we go. Or don't even roll it out ever. Just keep it for myself. How nice are you guys going to be to me? How nice are you going to be? There we go. So that's the daily chart. That's still the same overall idea. Timing wise, whether it's end of February, beginning of March, end of March, beginning of April, end of April, to me, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of reply guys. Oh, you said end of February. I'm like, I drew it out as end of February as a potential at the time, but we did also talk about this took 54 days, right? And we were only at like day 19 or whatever it was. Yeah, we were at like day 19, right? Now we're at day 27. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Weekly chart. Oh, that's a monthly chart. Weekly chart. Come over here. This is the original bear market roadmap that we had mapped out on October 10th and still holds today. This is the January 2024 Bitcoin ETFs like HODL. If it retests the ETF all-time lows, which is a possibility, in my opinion, Bitcoin would be below $40,000, right? Weekly chart, trending dots are up here at $87,000. We already talked about that. 2-week chart, uh, 2-week chart, the trending dots are still up here at $98,000. Takes a while for the momentum to get turned around. 2-week chart, the trending dots, right? Even the trending dots went below the 200-week SMA on the 2-week chart and started to flip back around, right? So if that trajectory holds true and is similar, we'll probably see that trajectory around September and then probably buying the right dip in October, right? So seems like we've got a ways to go timing wise, right? So there's a 2-week chart, 3-week chart. Trending dots also came back down the 200-week moving average. Trending dots are still way up here. Monthly chart, trending dots came all the way down the 200-week moving average, but it's really slow moving. It didn't happen until July of 2023. I was already in it January 2023. I was already in buying the right dips. So could take a while. Could take a while, right? Could take a while. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But sell signal, and then it was still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months before the reversal was happening. So you got 1, 2, 3. The 8th month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. And then the 8th month would be September 2026. So end of September would be the close of it. Early October would be the weekly chart. So, it's possible it plays out similarly, and we're looking for that bear market reversal in September, October. Who knows? We don't have a magic crystal ball, like I said. But everything kind of aligns with that. And it's in a downtrend right now. Momentum is in a downtrend right now. So a couple other things. Let's see. Weekly chart, HODL. So many gaps on ETFs. So many gaps. Uh, Bitcoin futures, similarities. Bitcoin versus gold, we've been talking about it. We've been covering it every single live stream. It's the first time in history that the 200-week moving average is downward sloping on Bitcoin versus gold. That's not bullish. That is bearish. First time ever, right? First time ever. Downward sloping 200-week SMA. Also, first time ever that the RSI monthly closed this low before ever. 34, whatever it was, 34.23 or whatever it was. The lowest monthly RSI ever. And then we drew this out, we traced it, copied it, and moved it over here before the close ended, and it bounced. It's bouncing right now in March. So it's interesting. Which would signal that this would be the October, right? The bottom would be, well, I have other reasons for October, right? Because this was from bottom to bottom was 48 months. Bottom to bottom was 47. Bottom to bottom, 46 months would be October, right? So August, September, October, whatever it is. And then we laid out that one scenario where if there was a dot-com bubble-like crash or a 2008 like crash, could create long-term bullish divergence on say the monthly chart. This is Bitcoin versus gold, meaning lower prices for a sustained amount of time. We'll see if that happens or not. But right now, still looking like the 2022. Still looking like the 2022. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Bitcoin versus gold. Bitcoin versus the euro. Right? Already tagged the 200-week SMA and went below it. So already has a red trending dot, whereas Bitcoin versus the dollar does not yet. And if you look at the dollar, we'll circle back. We're gonna still cover the dollar. It's bullish still. Looked like when I looked at it earlier today, it looked like a bullish engulfing candle. We'll see how the day closes. We'll look at the NASDAQ, SP 500, all dropping right now. MicroStrategy dropping, blah, blah, blah. But let's take a quick look at altcoins. XRP, still bearish. Ethereum, still bearish on the monthly chart. And you've got a downward sloping 200-week moving average, not bullish. Chainlink, downward sloping 200-week SMA. Cardano, right? These have been in a bear market since 2021. Algo, downward sloping 200-week moving average. We are all-time lows from 2023. All-time lows. Did it just make a new? Yeah, it actually made a new all-time low right here last month at 8 cents, right? Like I said, the downward sloping 200-week moving average is not bullish. It's bearish. You don't want to see, if you're a Bitcoin hodler, if you're Michael Saylor and you're holding your $74,000, $75,000 average buy, and you're in a downward sloping 200-week moving average against the dollar, which we're not yet, but if we do see that, you don't want to be a hodler, in my opinion. It's not going to feel good. One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, but one Bitcoin at 126,000 is a different value than one Bitcoin at 46,000, right? One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, but one Bitcoin at 126,000 is completely different than one Bitcoin at 46,000 for your net worth. So one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, but if you're selling at $110,000 Bitcoin, let's say, and then Bitcoin goes down to $50,000 or $55,000 Bitcoin, one Bitcoin becomes two Bitcoin. right? So isn't that the whole purpose? If you're all about Bitcoin, don't you want more Bitcoin? H bar underscore. Just spend 2, 3 months learning how to do it, right? Spend 2, 3 months. Obsess over it. Watch the videos. I went all out on it. I put in so much energy and time recording those. So do yourself a favor. If you want to go take a deeper dive, go do a deep dive on it. We already put in the work. We already put in the work. Near downward sloping 200-week moving average. We put in the work. So ask yourself the question, the loaded question: are you going to put in the work yourself? Right? Lucky look. 7159. What up? What up? What up? What up? Uh, near downward sloping 200-week moving average. MicroStrategy, same. Came back up and tagged the 200-week SMA, and has gotten rejected so far. Still have the Adam and Eve double top pattern that we laid out back here in October. There was a bearish engulfing candle. There was a sell signal in August. And then, of course, we were calling out was the top in way back in November 2024. There was a bearish engulfing candle on the daily chart. And I had a question mark. Is the top in? Question mark. And then in hindsight, that was the top again. Same as over here. Same. So, what else? Gold. Daily chart. Still similar to this fractal. So if so, could create bearish divergence, or maybe this is a lower high. However it plays out, right? Silver, dollar, bullish engulfing candle on the dollar. It's bullish as of right now. It's breaking out of this long consolidation going back to May 2025. It's a pending buy signal on the weekly chart. 200-week moving average up there. We expect bounces, right? Downward sloping 200-week SMA. It's not good long term for the dollar, but the dollar right now looks like it wants to bounce and retest it. Could it regain it and the SMA starts to curl back up? Sure. But this is more of like a shorter term, midterm that could turn into a longer term idea. But we pointed out the pending buy signal at 98.665. It pumped up to 99.65, and it's close to that right now. So bullish on the daily chart, bullish engulfing candle on the daily chart. Weekly chart closes on Friday. Today is Wednesday, right? Yep. 2-week chart. Could see a pending buy signal in the near future on the 2-week chart, 3-week chart. Trying to get back above the trailing dots. Monthly chart has some work to do to get above the trailing dots. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Daily chart is bullish. Had the buy signal over here and continues to move higher, right? Pending buy signal on the weekly chart. VIX is bullish. We talked about it was bullish back here. It was breaking out. It was breaking out, and then it broke out. Came back for a retest, came back down, and is pushing higher. That's not good for the markets if you're bullish on the markets. That's bearish for the markets. Volatility has come back into the markets. That's not good for the bulls on the overall markets. Daily chart is bullish. Weekly chart is bullish. 2-week chart is bullish. 3-week chart is bullish. Monthly chart is bullish, right? It's all bullish right now on the VIX. So spiked all the way up to 28, and we could see even higher spikes over here. See April 2025. August 2024, massive spikes. 2022, oh no, March 2020 spiked all the way to 85. 2022 only spiked to about 38. So there we are. We're at 25. It's elevated. Anytime you're above the 200-week SMA at 18 to 20-ish, it starts to get elevated. It's elevated right now. So it was telling us ahead of time. It was warning us. And now it's breaking out. Woo-wee. What else? Some chart requests. I'm going to have to remove some of these again. Let's go over the Magnificent 7. Oops, wrong one. Magnificent 7. ANF dropping, coming all the way back down. TQQQQ dropping. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, right? Lower low. Maybe a new lower low coming in. Smash the like. Thanks, Jesse, for what you're doing. You got it. Dr. Payne 7428. Thank you. Appreciate that. Smash the like, repost the stream, share with your friends and family. Appreciate that. All of that. USD ZAR. TQQQQQQQ. SMCI. Dow Jones Transportation. Goodbye. Goodbye. Uh-oh. Pending sell signal on the daily chart. Breaking news. IWM. Russell 2000, same thing. Bearish divergence. Called it out. Lower highs. Dropping. Dow Jones dropping. VIX is spiking. Apple dropping. Google dropping. SP 500 dropping. NASDAQ futures dropping. Tesla dropping. UNH already dropped. Netflix going through our relief rally, right? Doing our relief rally that we mapped out over here on the pending buy signal. So it could be up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down for a month or two. Amazon bouncing. Breaking news. Gap filled. Breaking just in. Still a gap up here. But the first gap was filled on Amazon. Breaking news. Dollar. Microsoft catching the bounce still after a massive drop. 31% drop on a huge market cap. SQQQ, QQQQQ, the inverse bear ETF, right? So everything's lining up for what we've been talking about. Bitcoin's dropping back down. If the overall markets are dropping, do you think Bitcoin's going back to new all-time highs? Or do you think Bitcoin's going down to retest the 200-week SMA like we talked about? Or do you think Bitcoin comes back below $55,000 and hits that target at 52,000-ish, 53,000, whatever it is, the exact target that it ends up getting hit, right? So there we go. All right, so we'll do some chart requests, and if we can find it, awesome. Let's go back to the top. Yeah, I can't really add too much more value than what you already see on the charts because of uh it's in a bear market, right? It's in a bear market. And if you go all the way back to that top at April 2024, it's been in a bear market ever since. Dropped, massive bounce. Dropped, still pretty good bounce. And then now it's making new all-time lows. So making new all-time lows for 2 years straight. Could it bounce? Sure. But the higher time frames are bearish. The higher time frames are bearish. So the weekly chart, everything is bearish, right? So USD ZAR. Oh, wrong one. pending pending buy signal on RSI. Could see a buy signal in the near future. Price could get back above the trending dots and close above. It's above them right now. Could close above it. Could close above all of these downward sloping trend lines today. It's possible. See a weekly chart. Oh, that's the weekly chart. Daily chart already had a buy signal. Daily chart already had a buy signal. Broke this one. It's breaking out of the second one. Trading dots are still down here at $16. But the weekly chart is starting to look a lot more positive now, right? So 2-week chart. Let's see, 3-week chart. Monthly chart. Yeah, so still a bounce until proven otherwise, right? So that yellow line that I had drawn where, the bounce until proven otherwise. Because it may take some time for the ship to get turned around, right? Because the daily chart and the weekly chart and the weekly chart is going to start flipping bullish, but then you've got like the monthly trending dots coming down like this, right? Then overall, it may take time for a bigger sustained run. Otherwise, with the higher time frames being bearish, you're still at risk of dropping, right? So daily chart is bullish. Weekly chart is flipping bullish. Looks like it could have a buy signal in the near future. RSI pending buy signal. And then, but the trending dot, but price is still quite a bit below the 2-week, 3-week, and monthly trending dots. So what else? What else? I think there's another request. when? Depends what correct depends what kind of a correction is. It's like 2022 type of correction might be 10 to 12 months. If it was like a 2008 or .com bubble correction, could last years. You got it. You got it. However, the price action plays out, still look and timing wise, still looking at the same levels. How are we doing on time? Oh, I think we're good. I think we're about right about that hour. For the most part, I try to keep it around 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every day. I've been 5 minutes late before. I've been 15 minutes late before when things were pumping or dumping. I've been I've been 15 to 30 minutes early. But for the most part, I want to say 90% of the time it's 90 Pacific Standard Time. But you can always catch it on a replay. I don't delete them from X or YouTube. I don't delete them. So you can always go back and replay it. You got it. With that, thank you for all of your support. I appreciate all of you. And we'll continue to sniper the markets together every single day that the stock market is open. And assuming I'm not on vacation, assuming I'm not sick, assuming, XYZ reason why, I plan to do a live stream every single day that the stock market is open. But life also comes up too, whether that's vacationing or whatever. I'm sure I'll miss future live streams, but I have no plans to miss any in the near term or the near future. And sometimes even when I've been out of town, I would jump on a live stream for 15 to 30 minutes if something big is happening. If nothing's happening, then no need for that. But I have jumped on before on a laptop in an undisclosed location, family or a vacation or whatever, and knocked out a quick one. But other than that, so with that, hope you have a good rest of your day. Have a good night. Have a good evening wherever you're at. And we'll continue sniping the markets together. And we'll see you on tomorrow's live stream. Adios.